Hi. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, and welcome to our session, to our afternoon session. And I guess everybody knows it's our last session out of the 8 sessions that have been ongoing since the beginning of the program. So, how do you feel? Excited? Sad? Please let me know how you feel. So, I'm going to start the session by introducing myself. So, my name's Lorian Mayfan, and I am your trainer for today. So, I'm equally a strategist, digital marketing strategist with Impact Her. And of course, throughout the training, I won't be alone. I would be with my colleagues. Obviously, Udeme, the handsome guy that you guys have been seeing throughout this week, he's going to be with you guys in the comment section to make sure everything works out very well, right? He's going to interact. All right, so make sure you keep him busy. He likes telling you guys to keep others busy. Today, you're going to keep him very busy, right? And equally, I'll be with my other colleague, Chidinma. She's at the back end. She's going to make sure that everything works out smoothly. That said, I've introduced myself. It's your turn. I would like to know everybody on the call. So, who's on the call with me today? Who was the first? In fact, let me know where you are. And equally, let me know where you're joining in from. So, I forgot to let you know, okay? It's a very important detail. So, I'm joining you guys from Cameroon, Africa in miniature. Have you heard about that country? Yeah, it's that country that harbors everything about Africa, right? One day you're going to visit Cameroon, and of course, I'm going to take care of you throughout your stay. So let me know where you're joining us from, where you are. Obviously, I need to know. Let's exchange. So I'm right over in the comment section to see where you are joining us from this afternoon. So I'm heading over there right now. Hello, Joycelyn. Hello, Hajara. Hajara, thank you so much. And Joycelyn, you guys have been so punctual throughout the trainings. It's really encouraging. Thank you, guys, and welcome. Welcome, Joycelyn. Welcome, Laura. Oh, Laura is almost my namesake. Welcome, Naomi. Good afternoon, Lena. How are you? How is Namibia this afternoon? Okay. Hajara, very soon I'm coming to Ghana. I hope that I'm going to be received by you, right? Nice, Joyce. Nice, Joyce. So thank you all guys from sharing. For sharing. Thank you guys for letting me know where you're from. That said, we're going to begin our last session, our last, okay? So let's be very focused. So what's the title of our today's session is simply implementing Google Workspace across your business. And we're now going to see in detail, right, what we'll be looking at in today's session. The first thing is discovering Google Workspace. So we're going to have an overview. That is, what is Google Workspace? What does it entail? When we're talking about that, what enters into that, right? The second thing is how we can boost communication, or how you can boost communication across your business through Google Workspace. And the third thing would be leveraging tools to increase collaboration. Now, I have a question before we dive deeper into the session. So my question goes thus. Oh, before my question, yeah, this is a simple reminder, right? That the free bootcamp available from Google would be made for you too. So if you have not yet signed up, please do. Okay, please make sure you sign up for the Google Hustle Academy bootcamp, which is at https /g.co/hustle academy. Honestly, this is a very interesting bootcamp. I know for sure that it's going to help you in several ways. Take this from me, right? I'm a very honest person. So make sure you signed up for the bootcamp if you haven't done that yet. So my question goes thus: what tools do you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? Okay, so let me know, what are the tools you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? So I'm heading over to the chat section to read through all the comments that you've just dropped. So what are the tools that you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? So I'm going there right away to check. Hajara, you're so lovely. Thank you so much. So let me know, what tools do you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? What are those tools for you? I'm already in the chat section, the comment, reading you guys, and for now is silent. Guys, see, there's something we need to agree. This thing is I give and then you give back, right? It has to be both of us doing the work. So I really need to know from you guys, okay? Because it also helps in dispensing the session. So let me know, what are those tools. There are variety. I know that we all communicate with our collaborators, we communicate with our clients, we communicate with our partners, we communicate with our stakeholders. In fact, we always talk. There's always exchange of information. So anything, what I'm just asking is, what are those tools? What are the tools that you currently use to communicate and collaborate within your business? It can be anything. It can be social media. In fact, anything. I'm not going to help you guys. If not, it's going to be too easy. Okay, I'm already seeing you guys leaving in comments. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Lufunke, thank you so much, Funke. So she said email, very, very important, right? We too use email to communicate. So Hajara said we use WhatsApp. Good too. We use WhatsApp too. It's very important too. Joyce Lean, social media platform, okay. Lina says phone calls, email. Sandra says social media. And thank you guys so much. Everything that you said is right, because some of us too, when we're working with our colleagues, for example, as I don't know if you know, but Impact Heart has collaborators all over Africa, right? So I'm in Cameroon. Udeme, the handsome guy that you guys have been seeing, is in Nigeria. Chidima is in Nigeria. So we actually communicate a lot via online tools. So we have to be very responsive, whether it's via email or whether it's via any other social media platform, right? So it's very, very normal. So today, added to those social media or added to what you already know, let's look at something particular, right, that you can use. It is Google Workspace. Now let's discover what Google Workspace is all about, okay? First of all, who is currently using Google Workspace? Who is currently using Google Workspace? Or who even knows about Google Workspace? Let me start from there. If you know and if you're using Google Workspace, please let me know in the comment section. I'll be heading over there very soon to check who knows and who is using Google Workspace. Who knows and who is using Google Workspace? Guys, we agreed on this communication thing, like this collaboration, like I give, you give. Okay, thank you so much. Hajara, tell me, since you know about it, are you using it already? Are you using Google Workspace already? Okay, Joyce, don't bother. That's the sauce, that's the tea we're keeping for you this afternoon. But Hajara, tell me, since you know about Google Workspace, what is it and have you ever used it? And every other person on the call, right? It's not just Hajara and it's not just Joyce. It's Lina, it's Sandra, it's every single person. It's Funke, everybody on the call. Please let me know. Do you currently use Google Workspace? Do you know about it? And if you're using it, how are you using Google Workspace? Okay, Lina says not her yet. Thank you, Lina. Hajara, I'm waiting for your response before moving ahead. It's your response that is still keeping us here at the moment. Oh, Hajara is shy now. Suddenly. No, she's not a shy person. I don't think so. Well, right. Since there is no response yet, I'm just going to spill the tea. I'm just going to let you guys know exactly what is Google Workspace, okay? So, Google Workspace, it's simply, the wholeness of all the Google tools, all the Google tools that are put available to us for working. I just actually broke it down. So Google Workspace was formerly known as G Suite. So it's actually the collection of cloud computing, productivity, and collaboration tools, software and products developed and marketed by Google. So easily said, it's just those tools that are put in by Google to help us work and work well. So that Google Workspace are all the tools that Google put to us to facilitate work. And there are several of those tools. And I'm not going to list them yet because there's another question that I'm going to ask and I'll need your participation. So simply put, this is Google Workspace. It's all those tools that are put available to us by Google. All right. So it's the collection of the softwares and all the cloud computing tools. So this is the definition of Google Workspace. Now, let's get to know what are the tools that are available for us on the Google Workspace. So before I tell you guys what I see on my screen, can you tell me what you see on your screen currently? Who can list the various things that she or he is seeing on her screen? Like, what are you seeing on your screen currently? Just give me the names. Just give me the names of everything. Even if you don't know all, what you know, right? What you're seeing on your screen, just give me the names. This is actually everything found in the Google Workspace collection, right? These are all the tools here present. But I need to know from you guys, what do you know? What do you know there? Let me start checking them out. Okay. Hi, Ojo. Welcome to today's session, right? So we're talking about Google Workspace, and right now I'm asking, according to the tools that are on our screen, who can list the tools on the screen? So Joyce, thank you so much. I see you said Gmail, Google Calendar. Yeah, good one, Joyce. Just as order, please do something more. I know you can get something again. I know. Hajara. Okay, let me see. Ajara, I did not even see this your bright response. Thank you so much. So let me see. Ajara say Excel, Messenger, Word. Okay, video. Ajara, good. Thank you so much. So who else is seeing? Who else? Just one last response before I list all the tools that are on my screen. One last response. Just one last response. Lina, Google Mail, Google Calendar, Google Drive, Google Meet, Google Doc. Mail, calendar, drive, meet, doc. Good, Lina. Lina actually got the most. Thank you guys so much for participating. So I'm just going to do the listing. So available now on my screen, you see Google Mail. That's the first. So I'm going to start from the left, right? Google Mail, followed by Calendar. Then we have Drive, we have Meet, Google Meet. Then we go on to below, second line from the left still, we have Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Sites, Google Forms, Keep, and then we have the admin console, Google Chat, and Jamboard. So these are all the tools available on the Google Workspace, before known as the G Suite. So if they ever ask you, please make sure that you list all these tools, and all of them. Trust me, I have used all of them. All of them are very interesting and very capital. Now, let's dive deeper into the core functionalities of Google Workspace. Now, we're going to bring out four core functionalities of the Google Workspace. So, the first thing that Workspace permits you to do is you create documents and presentations, okay? The second thing is you can record, analyze, and present data. The third thing is you can brainstorm ideas, manage projects, and store files. So that's the third thing that you can do. And lastly, you can communicate globally via Google Workspace. So these are the four functionalities, the four core functionalities of Google Workspace. Now let's try to expatiate on these functionalities. The first thing, we have the creation of documents and presentations, and I know all of us know this already, right? But then Google Workspace actually permits us not only to create these documents and presentations, but equally to be able to share them in real life with our collaborators. So to actually create the document, we all know it's Google Docs. It's true that we know Microsoft Word, but here it's Docs, right? So we call it Google Docs, which is actually, that tool that permits you to create documents and collaborate on the documents in real time, and equally share those documents for comments with your various collaborators. Slides is actually what we use for presentation. Slides is like PowerPoint, yeah? So slides is what we use for presentations with our teams and all that. So these are the two major tools that are concerned with the creation of documents and presentations. So secondly, what can you do again with the Google Workspace? So you can record, analyze, and present data. And what are the tools that help you carry out these functions? It's forms and sheets. Now, let's talk about the recording and the analysis of data. You can first of all do that with forms, right? How is it possible? Forms is actually that tool that permits you via Google to have details. So if you want to maybe do a survey, if you want to collect information from people to have knowledge concerning a particular product or service, you can actually do a questionnaire, and you're going to do that on Google Forms, right? It's on Google Forms that you're going to do it. And after the questionnaire period, or after the questionnaire has been filled, you have the possibility to look at all the data that you have gotten from this questionnaire via forms. So forms permit you to record and equally to analyze. Now let's go to sheets. Sheets also permit you to analyze, and then present the data. Because with sheets, you can actually present data in various forms, right? It's like Excel that we already know. So sheets permit you to analyze and then present these data. Well, sheets too can permit you to record depending on the type of recording that you're doing. So these are the two tools that are available for recording analysis and presentation of data and even information. So, talking about the benefits brought about by Google Workspace, the first thing is the increase in collaboration. So thanks to Google Workspace, you can actually, collaborate in real time. Like I told you, via the docs, slides, and all tools that are on Google, you can actually have this possibility to share the information and to receive the feedback in real life. This improved communication because there are a number of tools that are actually helping you to make actually your work go very well. So there's improved communication thanks to the Google Workspace. The third thing is you work smarter. Obviously, the fact that you can share data, the fact that you can share information, it's really an advantage, right? And then to complete the security, what I really like about Google is to have access to a document. You need to be given this access. You don't just get up and have access to somebody's document on docs or on sheets, and the person can even still withdraw the access from you after it's given. So everything is actually done to make sure that their information that you're working with is well put and is well protected. Okay, so these are the benefits brought about by Google Workspace. Now let's talk more about how to increase collaboration. So thanks to Google Workspace, your information in the cloud, you have information in the cloud that is being stored up, and it enables you to share documents and files with ease, right? You can equally track the changes that are being done on the documents. You can comment with ideas. In fact, there are a lot of things that you can do, but these are the major ways through which you can increase collaboration via Google Workspace. Next thing is the increase or the improvement in communication that is gotten via this method. So you can actually harness key tools that will permit you to have smooth communication with your collaborators, with your partners throughout your utilization of the Google Workspace. And when we talk about these tools, there is Gmail, there is Google Meet, Google Currents, and Google Chat. So these are the 4 key tools that permit you to communicate effectively via the Google Workspace. Do you know that you can equally work smarter? Why? Because you're not actually always transporting documents from one way to the other. Maybe you want to collect, analyze data. You don't obviously need to have to go too far because all the tools are already here available. Okay, you can streamline your workflows and processes, store and manage files, communicate and collaborate via one central system. This is actually really a core advantage. That means everything is kept in one place. You don't need to have to go helter skelter looking for how to maybe have your colleague comment on your document, but once you are already doing it via Google Workspace, it's possible. So this is really a great advantage of Google Workspace. So you work smarter. You can equally securely store files and data. I'm sure that right now everybody on the call here has already used Google Drive. I mean, it's a fact. I'm not sure there's somebody here who has not yet used Google Drive. And honestly, it has been a lifesaver to many of us in many situations. Because anything can happen to a machine, right? But the probability that something happens to the clouds is really little like this. Anything can happen to a machine, a hard drive or whatever can grow whack or something. But when it's stored up in the cloud, it's secure, it's safe, it can last, it can be accessible via several types of documents. So this is really one key advantage too of the Google Workspace. You can actually securely store files and data. You can store files and data on the cloud via your Google Drive, right? You can use what we call the admin console. So admin console is actually, that particular tool that is, let's say, the mother in quotes of all the tools that permits you to handle all the tools that are found in the Google Workspace. So you use admin console to centralize your administration, manage users, restrict assets, set up passwords, and two-step authentication to protect your business from security threats. So thanks to everything put in place by Google, you can securely store files and data, and everything goes on very well. So this was another advantage of Google Workspace. Now, how do you create your Google Workspace account? So how do you go about creating this account? The first thing you have to do is visit workspace.google.com/sign up business starter. I'm sure Udeme is actually going to drop this link in the chat section. So workspace.google.com/sign up business starter. Okay, that's the first thing that you need to do. So you take this link, you open it somewhere, right, where you can actually check it out after the session. The step 2 is you input your business name. So that's the second thing that you have to do. You input your business name. The third thing that you're supposed to do is you add your contact details. How do they get to you? Fourth thing, you choose your domain. Fifth thing, you update your business address. And then sixth, you set up your login details. So firstly, you go to workspace.google.com/sign up business starter. Second thing, you input the necessary information concerning your business. The third thing, you add your contact details. The fourth thing, you choose your domain name. The fifth thing, you update your business address. And the sixth thing, you set up your login details. So this is how easy it is to create your Google Workspace account. So how do you get set up on Google Workspace? First thing, you create your business email. Second thing, you add your team members and users. And third thing, you migrate data and import files. That means if you were already having another type of storage, right, you just take it from there and then bring it to your workspace sphere. That's what you do. Now, we have concluded with the first phase. And what did we see? We had an overview of Google Workspace. We talked about the core functionalities of Google Workspace by presenting the tools that actually help us to do that. We equally talked about the advantages of using Google Workspace, and we just concluded with how to create and how to set up Google Workspace. And for now, we are going to pause here, and I'm listening to all the different questions that you have. So I'm heading over to the comment section to see if you have any question, any preoccupation concerning everything that we just shared at the moment. So I'm heading over there right now to read you. So are there any questions? I'm not seeing any questions yet. Laura, Joyce, Hajara, Lina, um, Ojo, Aremu, anybody, just anybody. Do we have questions so far? Are we good? Are we good? Or if we don't have questions, we can as well mention, but we actually want to mention, okay? Okay. You know, the storage or the store place in Google Workspace is actually the Google Drive. And I think Google Drives give you up to 15 gig or something to store. Yes, so it should be 15 gig. Yes, Google Drive, right? When you set up your Google, you say your Gmail, you are given some storage amount to actually store information, and it's generally on Drive. And I think it's something like 15 gig. So you have up to 15 gig to actually store, right? Information. Hi, and welcome, Jama. So, Joyce, are you okay? Are you okay now? Is that question responded to? Um, I don't seem to see any message from Joyce. Joyce, are you okay now? Okay, nice. So, if there are no other questions, we're going to go right over to the second part. But please feel free to drop questions, right? And frequently in the comment section to make sure that you understand, to make sure that you really have clear understanding of the topic that we're sharing. Don't hesitate to drop, to stop, or anything, right? Please feel free to. So let's head over to the second session, the second part in today's session, right? And now we are going to be looking at boosting communication across your business. So we actually looked at Google Workspace, right? To actually give us, first of all, an overview of the tool, to make us understand the tool, how it's being used, what are its advantages, and all. So now what we are doing is actually seeing how through Google Workspace we can boost communication across your business. So how can communication be boosted across your business thanks to Google Workspace? First of all, which tools do you think you can use to boost communications via Google Workspace? Which are those tools? We saw some in the previous part, right? But according to you, what are the tools you think out of the all the tools that are presented? Let me even list them again for you so that it's going to be easier. I presented, first of all, the first icon was mail, and then we went to calendar. After calendar, we went to drive, and then we had meet, and then I presented docs, sheets, slides, sites, forms, keep, admin console, Jamboard, and chat, right? So I just listed all those tools again for you. So according to you, which tools you think you can use to boost communication via Google Workspace? What are those tools? Let me check out those that have replied. It's timid here. It's timid here. I thought we had this agreement that it wasn't supposed to be timid, and that we have to be sharing, that this thing is both of us in this together. Like, yeah, 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 Joyce. Of course, it can be one in one person, right? You know, I am using Google Workspace aside from maybe my work email, right? I use Google Workspace personally because I use Gmail, I have a Gmail address. I use my needs. I use I use Google Sites. I use all other tools. In fact, it does not mean that because we're talking about it as a team, you cannot use it on your own. No, you can use it. You can use it even with your, say you're having your business now, right? And then your baby has to send an invoice or something. That is the way you are using Google Workspace, but you're not using it with only your team member. You're using it even with an external collaborator. So it's actually to show you that even as a team, you can use Google Workspace, but it's not limited just to you having a team or just to you. Yeah. So I think you get the point. So Laura, we actually talked about the fact that to create the account. Let me see. Hello, Mavis. You're very welcome. Let me see. They did not drop the link in the chat, right? So to create the Google Workspace account, you have to go to business.google.com/workspace /business starter, okay, /sign up. I'm sure he's going to drop that link in the chat section right now. So let me go back to how to create the account, right? workspace.google.com/sign up/business starter. So that is how you actually create your Google Workspace account. Then you put in your business name, you add your contact details, you choose your domain, you update your business address and everything, right? So this is how you log into your Workspace account. So I believe that for every other question, voila, thank you so much, Joyce. She answered. So which tools you can use now to boost communication? Thank you, Joyce. You're such a smart lady. Thank you so much. So she said Meet, Chat, and Classroom. Classroom. Joyce, tell me which Google tool is called Classroom. I said Jamboard. 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 Right, no Classroom. But thank you already for that. That was really thanks for sharing. So nobody else has another idea on the tools that you can use via Workspace to boost communication. So no other idea. Okay, let me help you guys. If there is no other idea, let me help you guys because I love you. So what are the key communications tools? The first thing is Gmail, right? Because Gmail, I don't know, is the major communication tool that we usually use with Google Workspace. Then secondly, we have Meet, right? Google Meet for video conferencing to that is on the Workspace. Then we have Currents, and then we have Chat. Okay, so Current is actually also a form of chatting, but it's a little bit more serious. Then Chat is, more relaxed. So those are the four major tools that you can use when having your Google Workspace. Okay, these are the key communication tools. So let's begin with Gmail. So you can communicate globally with ease using Google's free mail tool known as Gmail. So what can Gmail permit you to do? You can send files, you can create groups and mailing lists, access the integrated calendar in order to stay connected and up to date. So this is what you can do with your Google Mail, right? And honestly, even before you even read about Workspace, Gmail is, how can I even say it's an overall tool, because when Gmail started, but we're using other mail like Hotmail, like there was not this storage thing of Gmail came in, giving us this drive, this possibility to store files and all. So Gmail is really a great tool. Now let's look at the other tools. We have Meet. So like we all know, Google Meet is actually the tool that permits you to video conference. So it's not just now maybe chatting or sending information or transferring information. It's mainly video calling, seeing yourself. You can even have more functionalities. You can create what we call a breakout room. Say you guys are in a session and then you want to split yourself into smaller groups, right? In the session to be able to work, you can create what is known as a breakout room before your meeting, right? You can keep your team connected with your enterprise grade video conferencing. It's actually really good. And then good thing about Meet is it can really harbor a lot of people. I think 250 on one call at one time. Really, really interesting too. So this is what Google Meet can permit you to do. All right. And you can even have showcase maybe what you're doing on your Jamboard via Google Meet. So there's a lot of things that you can do with Google Meet. If you've never tried Meet for a meeting, I encourage you to try Meet for a meeting, right? It's really, really interesting. So now let's look at currents. So you can engage employees, foster more meaningful conversations, and stay connected via Google Currents. You can work towards a common goal, build a community, and ensure employees can communicate their ideas and receive instant feedback. So Current is actually a tool made by Google to just permit you to exchange, right? To exchange within your team, with your other members. Okay, so this is what Google Currents permits you to do. And then we're going to conclude with chats. Okay, so chats, from direct messages to group conversations, it actually helps terms, teams, and businesses communicate fluidly and efficiently from anywhere, right? So you can securely connect with anyone you work with and share ideas, files, and tags with ease. So this is what you can do with chat. Now, let's look. Oh, sorry about that. Now, let's look at the four tips, or the four top tips to maximize communication, right? The first thing is you need to recreate communications in person. So when we're talking about recreating in-person communication, what does it mean? Okay, it means that you have to schedule regular team calls and check in via Google Meet and Hangout. You need to connect with colleagues and teams across the globe. You can brainstorm ideas, work on team projects, and hold virtual events, join from mobile and desktop devices. Actually, so recreating in-person communication actually means that you should make sure that when you're using the Google Workspace, you actually permit people to feel like it's a real life, a real life chat, a real life conversation. And that is also Google's aim. And this is what you can do, because via all the tools, you can schedule team meetings and calls. In fact, you can even organize your live that call. First of all, with the calendar, you can organize this thing back so that everybody can see that at this time we have maybe a team meeting or something, that you can schedule it. You can connect with the colleagues and teams across the globe. You can brainstorm ideas. You can work on team projects together. You can harness and hold virtual events, and then join from all form of devices. This is what you can do with your workspace. So second thing is you can stay organized. I already told you how to stay organized, but honestly, Google Calendar is a very, very, very good tool. It's a very, in fact, if you're not using calendar now, use it today, because Google Calendar permits you to do a lot of things. A lot. Say you're even planning to know Muslim holidays. It's incorporated in your calendar. You're in a country, for example, they can show you the holidays in your country. Google Calendar is actually very important to stay very organized. You can even put in moments when you're available for work and moments when you're not available for work. You can create multiple calendars to track meetings, training sessions, vacations, and more. In fact, it's a lot of things that you can do. You can improve visibility and organization by ensuring team members remain connected. Google Calendar can actually help. Like, if say you're working today and then your colleague, and then maybe your colleague is not working tomorrow, the person can just highlight on the calendar, oh, I'm off today. So when you're seeing the person's calendar, you know that today this person is not working, and it actually permits you to stay organized. Actually knows that, okay, if I need any task from this person today, I wouldn't have it because today the person is really not working. So that's calendar. The third thing that you can do to maximize your communication on the workspace is creating team mailing lists. Now, what does it mean? So first of all, you're going to create a Google Groups email list, right? That's the first thing that you do. The second thing is you send out status updates, right? You send out status updates. You can share resources. You can increase visibility and foster community. So this is how you create a team mailing list. The last thing that we are about to look at here is top tips to maximize your communication, right? And the last thing and the last point under these top tips are set up project or team rooms. So even in your Google Workspace, you can set up project or team rooms. How do you do that, and what does it mean? You can actually help members to stay connected by creating a main room in Google Chat or chat in Gmail. You can encourage team members to network with each other, share project ideas, exchange thoughts or best practices, and create stronger sense of community. So these are the advantages, or these are the top tips of communication with Google Workspace. We just presented all of them together, and I'm going to stop here for a moment to know if you still have any questions or worry. Okay, so are there any questions? So we just actually shared top tips for communication via the Google Workspace. Are there any questions? Are there any worries? Are there any doubts? Oh, if there are no questions, please. Okay, thank you so much, Joyce. If there are no questions, please just do like what Joyce did, right? Just notify that everything is okay for you. You're understanding the session. It's all smooth, and that we can go ahead. So I need at least one or two more people to give that comment before we continue. Ah, Laura, thank you so much. See, if I was fair now, Laura, I would be blushing. Plus, you're my namey. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. Okay, so I said one or two persons. Since Laura has commented, we are going to go to the very, very last part of our today's training session, right? The very last part of our training session this afternoon. And we are going to look at the tools that can permit us to increase collaboration. So, what are those tools that can permit us to increase collaboration on the Google Workspace? So, I have a last question for you guys, right? So, which tools, according to you, do you think can increase collaboration? So, should I start singing my song of the tools again? Should I start singing it? Do you still want me to refresh you on all the tools? Let me see. So the first two, no, I'm not giving you the tools. So I'm just reminding you of all the tools so that in your mind, as you've been looking at the session, maybe one of them is going to come up, right? I'm just listing them. I'm not saying that this or that tool is meant for collaboration or anything. You have to give me those tools, right? So we have mail, we have drive, we have meet, we have um Drive, yeah, mail, Gmail, we have Google Drive, we have Google Meets, right? So we have docs, we have sheets, we have slides, sites, forms, we have Keep, we have admin console, we have Jamboard, we have currents, we have chats. Just tell me, I've listed a couple of the tools. Which do you think can increase collaboration? Meet. Good, Ajara. Good, 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 good. Any other answer? Any other answer that can actually, any other answer? Any other answer? Please, please answer. Meet. Thank you, Joyce. Thank you to all those that are listening to my plea. You guys are the real gems, the real G's, the special ones. Yeah. Thank you guys. In fact, everybody on this call is special because people are dear to my heart. Thank you guys to all those that are commenting. Feel free to keep leaving the comments in the chat section, right? Of the tools that we can use to increase collaboration. I said feel free to leave them instead, and now I'm going to show them to you guys. But well, now when we're talking about collaborating across projects and across teams is really an advantage that is brought about by the Google Workspace, right? So the first thing that it can permit you to do is brainstorm ideas, share working files, make suggestions, and tag colleagues, and then track changes. So these are the four major things that you can do when we're talking about collaboration across projects and teams, right? So now, the first tool that can actually permit us to do this is Jamboard. Who thought that Jamboard was the it? Hey, Lina. Oh my God. Lina, see, if there were gifts, I should have given you a gift for this because I did not even think that somebody would get this right? So thank you so much. Jamboard is actually, a tool that is meant to foster collaboration. How? Because Jamboard is actually a whiteboard. Imagine that you're in a meeting with somebody and then you have a whiteboard where you guys use a bold marker or where you guys use stickers to highlight information on the board. That's exactly what you do with Jamboard, but you're doing it online, okay? So you are using Jamboard to collaborate, okay? And it's really interesting. Jamboard is a very interesting tool, right? Aside from Jamboard, what do we have? Again, we have Drive. I know that nobody could think about this, right? Drive actually increase collaboration. How? We all store up something in one space. We all have access to the thing that it's been stored in one place. We can, of course, share it through links, easily share through links and all the like. So Drive is really, really, really an interesting collaboration tool. Now, we can actually see that through these collaboration tools, we can make suggestions and tag colleagues, right? So you can edit shared documents in real time, reducing the need to send files back and forth. You can suggest changes, comments with class, and tag colleagues to increase visibility and boost collaboration. This is all the tea that Google Workspace brings to us. Now, we equally can track changes. You can view all that is edited to make all the edits made to your documents, first of all. In fact, you can restrict access, you can track the changes, approve suggestions to ensure that collaboration is actually efficient and managed properly. So we've come to the last part of questions. So does anybody have questions? Does anybody have questions for this last one? This is the last post, right? This is the last post. I know that everybody here is smart, Sha. I'm talking to smart, intelligent, positive, powerful women, right? But make sure that you feel free to let me know if there's one point that you don't understand. So do you have questions? See, if we don't have questions, please just let me know. It's fine, right? But then this doesn't stop you from asking your questions. In fact, you know that your questions are the most welcomed. Okay, Laura says she doesn't have any question. Thank you, Naomi. Thanks for answering. Anybody else? Okay. So if there are no questions, right, we're just going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up the section, and we are wrapping up with one thing that you should not forget. If you haven't signed up, right, make sure you do. The Google Hustle Academy Bootcamp, it's free. It's free. So if you have your small business and you want it to scale, you want it to go another level, right, with little amount of effort, please join the Google Hustle Academy Bootcamp, because you receive much information like this free of charge. And so it's little amount of effort. So the mayor is going to drop the link again in the chat section. Okay. And obviously, to learn more, we have next steps. So you're learning more with learndigital.withgoogle.com/digital skills/courses. So that's where you're actually going to learn more. Okay. And if you want to reach out, we are available on social media: Facebook, facebook.com/digital skills for Africa. Okay. Twitter, twitter.com/digital skills AF, and instagram.com/digital skills AF. You can equally reach out to Impact Her on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn. We are available everywhere. Okay. So thank you, ladies, for today's session. It was a very great one. Thank you for your communication. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Laura. Thank you for sharing with us. Thank you for being with us. And thank you for being with us throughout the 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 trainings that passed. It was actually a great 2 weeks with you guys. I hope you learned a lot. Don't just do learning, right? Make sure you put it into practice. Don't just learn, but make sure that you apply everything that you've learned. All these sessions are very interesting, and if you actually put all of them into practice, you're going to be taking your business to another level. That said, we are done for today, and we are done for today. Make sure that you fill the attendance form before leaving, right? Make sure you fill the attendance form without leaving. Remember, you need to at least have filled this attendance form 7 or 8 times to have your certificate. So don't forget, fill it up all, because those certificates will help you, right? Make sure you fill the attendance form. For nothing, Joyce. For nothing. If there's anything, please, Impact Her is available. Just always reach out to us. We are going to help, right? Keep the links with you. We are always going to help. So have a great, great afternoon ahead. Make sure you stay well, be good, and bye bye. See you very soon.